In 2010, a woman identified only as Amanda went to the Orlando Women's Center abortion clinic to have her unborn child killed. Once she was on the table, abortionist Randall Whitney tried several times to find a vein in her arm to give her a shot of Valium. And even though he was not able to put the needle into a vein, he injected the drug anyway. The result was a severe burning sensation in the woman's arm, and she began to scream. At the same time, her arm began to turn blue, and she got up off the table and told Whitney she wanted to leave. He told her to shut up because she was frightening his other customers. Then, as she tried to leave, he slapped her in the face. Eventually, the police were called and Whitney was arrested and charged with aggravated battery. But in 2012, authorities reduced the charge from a felony to a misdemeanor, and a few weeks ago he was reprimanded and given what amounts to a slap on the wrist. This, of course, is exactly the kind of behavior we've come to expect from the washouts and losers who work in abortion clinics. The other thing we've come to expect is that the abortion lobby's media stooges will always look the other way when these episodes take place. And if you want to see how outrageous that is, just ask yourself how much coverage this story would have gotten if, instead of being assaulted by her abortionist, this woman had been slapped by a pro-life sidewalk counselor as she was walking into the clinic. And where are the so-called women's groups? If anyone other than an abortionist had done the same thing, do you think they might have trotted out their war on women rhetoric? You can count on it. But the real kicker is this. If Whitney had assaulted a woman who was not pregnant, he could not have been charged with a felony in the first place. By Florida law, such attacks are misdemeanors and only become felonies if committed against a woman who is pregnant. The state's rationale for this law is that assaulting a pregnant woman also endangers the life of her unborn child. So in other words, an abortionist is hired to snuff out the life of a defenseless unborn child, but ends up in jail because he put that child's life at risk by slapping the mother. In the end, this is a textbook example of just how schizophrenic our country has become on issues involving life and death. And make no mistake about it, the driving force behind this mental illness is abortion.